If you buy Sinestro, then you don't love yourself. Sorry, that's random if you're not reading the chat. If you buy Sinestro, then you don't love yourself. That's really, really random if you are not reading the chat. Let me perhaps remove this image. What is going on with the cone head over here? What's up? But you guys see Ocean Master putting in this work though, right? Ocean Master is working. You're gonna have to skip this battle. It's just gonna be Ocean Master going over and over and over again. 15 bleeds, 15 weaken, all on buddy. He keeps going that Nightwing. You gotta learn your lesson, homie. Who fell? Oh, it was Wonder Woman that fell. I probably could have put Batman in the front for that. But Ocean Master's doing work. I feel like I should put Ocean Master in a different kit. He is, and I have Sinestro. The thing is like, Ocean Master's really doing the Lord's work right now. Look at him. I mean, we may not. I mean, he's hitting them for 1,500 a piece, 15,000 a piece. Not a whole lot, but he's getting them. Jeez, he's getting them, but not for a lot. Nightwing's gonna fall, and the rest is just chaos. I know. I see you, Trooper. Let me see this finish out first, because I'm actually, here's the thing. I wasn't intending on doing it like this. I was just tossing it up and like running it while I got everything ready, like in the background. What you don't see is I just finished some Nutella bread with my coffee because I was starving. Got a best record though. But yeah, I wasn't expecting it to look like that. It's just whenever I see Ocean Master doing, I love out of turn attacks in every game. I love them. And so when I see Ocean Master doing work like that, it makes me smile. Let's see here. Wonder Woman got clipped quick. Okay, we put in Sinestro. We'll add his synergy as well. I don't know if we can watch that whole thing again because he was just going off for minutes. And actually, you know what's really funny? If he gets frozen and he hits like Nightwing and it's like 7 blocks and he's supposed to go off, the game will like pause for a second where they're just standing there looking at each other. And what's going on is that he's doing his counterattacks, but because he's frozen, he can't do his counterattacks. So the game just takes that moment to be like, this is where Ocean Master would be doing work. 15 seconds later, all right, let's get back to it. Like, it's funny as hell. I hope they don't ever fix that bug. Let's do skip battle. I kind of want to see it, but I feel like I'm not putting you guys through that content. I have Groud and I have Raven. They were in there before. This is the me experimenting side of things. They were in there before. Full clear? Okay. So we completed that. I got some useless encrypted tokens. Difficulty has been increased. I do have Raven. I think I have them both rank 7. And I have enough to take either Raven or Jessica Cruz rank 8, and I haven't decided who I want to do it with yet. I'm leaning towards Jessica Cruz, but and both will probably have it happen eventually. Did we clear that too? Or did we run out of turns? Yeah, the numbers aren't moving as fast. What's up? Oh, we did clear it. We did clear it. Okay. 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 What's up, Isaiah? I'm doing good. My back is hurting, but that's just age. But I am doing well. Doing well. Oh, did I clear this one too? Are we doing work today? Hey. How's everybody else out there? Hopefully you had good luck on your pulls. I put out that Superman DCU video, which I wanted to do yesterday, but like that he's bad. And I'm not saying he is. I am. I'm couching it right now. I'm pulling back. But like, The idea is I don't think he's that good or maybe worth chasing in that way. But I always said, go ahead and get him. Okay, yo, is this just the team that's gonna take out the next like however many levels? Yo, is this that team? I've gotten no lie, Trooper. Where do we start? I was at level like 13 a minute ago. I'm at level 17 now. I'm outright just farming this spot. Whoa, wait a minute. And it's always Wonder Woman who falls, and I'm tempted to watch to see when she falls, but it feels like something else is going on that I need to check out. This might be it though, because I have a hard time believing we're finna do this again. Okay, yeah, we all died. All right, yo, this team was. And, hey, we still. Yo, we still got 96. That could be an RNG thing. You were right. You were right. Like, look, Sinestro. Okay, I'm not saying Sinestro's ass. That's not fair. However, I was about to put some resources into him, and I still say this is the case because if you notice when I do this, Sinestro's ultimate is at the back. So, for example, I'll show this to you right now before I go ahead and do. Now use. I'm tempted to put Grodd in for Wonder Woman. One sec though. So like if you notice, Sinestro's in the back. So that means his ultimate is popping off the least. The reason I do that is because his ultimate cost is 4. Everybody else on here, if I'm not mistaken, is 3. So if I put him in the front because of how the ultimate points work and how they stack and like come at you, he blocks characters behind him from using their ultimates. So at this point, he's using his ultimate the least amount, and it's working. I need to check though. I want to check the stats real quick because that was this is what got me 96. Let's check the stats. Love checking the stats. What the hell is wrong with me? All right, so yeah, so if you see like Sinestro's doing the least amount of damage. Not the least. I mean, you have Kid Flash doing 160, and then you have Wonder Woman doing. So basically, they're all riding the back of Ocean Master, who's doing all these out of turn attacks, and the increased damage from Sinestro's debuffs are what's causing Ocean Master to just go nuts. That's all that is. That's awesome. Oh yeah, he definitely he doesn't need his ultimate. And as a matter of fact, let me check real quick. That's a good point. That's a really good point. Nightwing doesn't need his ultimate here. It's just although on the ultimate for Nightwing, if he stuns because of this, it adds armor break. So if he does hit the stun, I do get an armor break, which weakens Johnny Quick and does give him an additional different debuff that would help Sinestro's ultimate if it goes off or when it does go off, because it will go off. It's just not as much as the others. But you are right. It's not like necessary. That armor break is nice though. Where's Nightwing? Yeah, and Nightwing's even in the back. He's only behind Sinestro. But let's run it like this just to see. We're not putting him in front of Kid Flash. We need those heals. Everybody did. Why ain't merch specially a T that reads however? Look, I did start with my sister like in the first channel, like merchandise I was gonna put out. That was just gonna be like random ass sayings or stuff that I've always thought would be funny on a t-shirt, basically. I want to do that, but I'm not that level. Don't nobody care about my merch. That was a good other thing, and this is just my fault. I kind of want to go back and see what the other rewards were. That would help out a lot. I want to see how much I made because I really went. I mean, rewind a second. I'm up to like 4 million in gold right now. I had like 100K going into that. That changes things for me right now. I'm up at 2,000 gems. I could do 10 pulls if I wanted to, and I don't really want to pull from Epic, but I do want this Bane. But I keep telling everybody, wait and just do the weekly. But I'm impatient, and it's a do as I say, not as I do situation. I'm gonna be pulling for Superman DCU. I got a little bit of blowback when I say blowback. People saying I'm wrong, which is cool. I like that. I like discord in the comment section. Get it? I like when people are disagreeing and stuff, as long as it's respectful to everyone involved. Don't use. I saw somebody put it in there. Don't do that. Don't use homophobic slurs. Nothing racist. None of that stuff. That will not be tolerated here. But yeah, I like when people disagree. And a few people came at me over Superman DCU, saying that I was reading into his kit wrong. And the problem that we have now, and this isn't me like blaming the developers because I get it, but I don't, which is I feel like, and this is a big hang up I have on the game. I'm not saying we need the rewards every single time, but the idea that these things close off and in the main story as well and in system recovery as well, I feel like we should be able to go back and play those nodes again if we wanted to, even with our like more advanced rosters. And that's one big problem as a content creator who's trying to create content, shout out clips, which is basically I want to be able to go back to these other nodes and say like, hey, yo, what's up? This is how I would get past it. If somebody's asking me, I can say, all right, my team is going to stomp a mud hole in this team. However, what I would do in this situation is, and I can't even do that. I want bacon. Who's not, bruh? It's breakfast time over here, 7:30. Bacon would be hitting the spot on some eggs with some grits, but we don't do grits in Switzerland. That's one of the few things I miss about Alabama is I need some grits. Anyway, so it kind of, I would like to go back and play with him a little bit more because the things that they were saying about his ultimate, and make sure I have it. Yeah. So the argument that was being made was attack an enemy 6 times, dealing superpower damage equal to 60%. Each hit applies 1 stack of burn, deals 1 instance of additional damage, 4 stack of burn on the target before the attack. How whenever a detonation occurs during this attack, Superman will heal for 5% of the map. And this is good. I even said that this should be on OG Superman because of the way it works with the heals and everything. It seems like it's better for a tank. And then someone brought up, like, there is additional damage as you're stacking burns to put him on a burn team. And I was like, okay, that's fair because I do put Superman, OG Superman on a burn team or a frostbite team, whatever, which I'll go into today. I'm going to work on debuffs today. And so maybe run him with a burn team and see how that goes. And I could do that in this little area if they didn't lock it up as soon as I completed it. And it kind of makes me like for these events in the future, if they do have them, that I'll never complete the last node just so I'll be able to go back and run stuff again and again. So like that does bother me that people are coming back and now I have to just get them, which I mean, I was going to try to hunt for them anyway. I said that before, but it bothers me because it's like people are saying, oh no, you're doing it wrong. And I like when I get that feedback so I can say, all right, I did it wrong. Let me see it the right way. Okay, now were you right or were you wrong? I like doing that stuff. And it stops me from doing it, and it stops me from showing off the character to you guys or who are watching it trying to make a decision yourselves, who don't have like a YouTube channel with a few people in there commenting on what you did right and what you did wrong. So like I'm trying to spread the resource back out too as well. Anyway, I wish they would just say, you know, you beat it like most games. You beat the node once, you don't get the rewards again, but you can play it again. I mean, they took the time to create the content. Let us keep playing it if we want to. Just leave it unlocked. I don't see how that would cause an issue. But now that I got my 4 milli, we finna go ahead and go shopping. Like that paycheck is burning my pocket. Hold up. Bought everything gold, like I said in that shop video, which I should release today. And then, yo, 59K. Your boy's back. What? So, yo. Oh, look at Blue Beetle too. Yeah, see, Blue Beetle. But I always say from my experience, because others have different experiences, and maybe they love Blue Beetle and they're like, he's my favorite. Um, so I don't know. When does he drop? Oh yeah, when does Mr. Terrific drop? Actually, is Mr. Terrific out yet? I don't know that he's out because if he was, I feel like they would announce it and they would do it with Guy Gardner. He would be somewhere in this thing. I would assume, and actually they did give us a piece of mail. Hold up. And I don't know, like this super fun fan pack. I was talking with, I think it was, oh no, I was on the Discord. And I was talking about it earlier. I am not going to do a video on this because I don't like talking about, I don't like being in people's pockets. Like, if I would spend $30 on a character, that's my prerogative because I have that extra money, or maybe I don't. And everything on the other side of this camera is chaos and I'm broke. But like, that's my business. And I feel bad telling people like for a mobile game, this is what you should do, or this is what I'm gonna do. I don't like that. Some people don't, a lot of people don't, but some people do feel pressure to like spend money to like escalate themselves in a game. And you shouldn't, should be fun, but I don't want to contribute to that. Not really. No, they're not putting crypto in the game. They gave him they are not putting crypto. Are they gonna put crypto in the game? Oh, if they put crypto in the game, that means they got to put Ace. If they put crypto in the game, Ace has to come later. I don't think they're putting crypto in. I think he's just like that side kick to Superman, which that would have been an awesome ultimate if both crypto and Superman were going at it on their ultimate. Like the animation, I mean. Because as the animation stands right now, that does suck, and nobody can debate me on that one. I'm sorry. The character himself, I'm wondering, but those animations suck. All right, so I'm going to do a couple pulls real quick. Crypto's confirmed? Oh, as a reinforcement. Okay. That's cool as hell. I like that. I like that a lot. Crypto as a reinforcement. So like that, I know it sounds stupid and silly. I did not think about how much fun the reinforcements could be for auxiliary characters like Crypto, like Ace, like who else would go? Who was that blobby thing in Teen Titans Go? Put him up in there. Who else? That opens some doors. That could be a lot of fun. And it's not like a character you got to go after. You know what I mean? Like you can still get them. That's fun. I want to see Beast Boy, Black Lightning, and Static Shock. I only want to see Black Lightning because of DCL. I did not like that TV show. That TV show tried too hard to be a civil rights movement, and that's coming from a black dude. They tried to do what Luke Cage did, and Luke Cage did it better. Yeah. Probably shouldn't have said that about Black Lightning, but that's how I felt. It just was so, they were trying so hard to make me feel something, and I was like, you missing me, bro. You missing me. Beast Boy would be fun to come into the game. All right, so... And by the way, why did Luke Cage go away? That show was amazing, and they ended it on season 2 where things got like rough. Why was Luke Cage gone? In season 1, when they did have Method Man on there, and it was the idea of there's a bulletproof black man, and all that stuff was popping off in the U.S., that was so perfect and on point. I loved it, and the way they handled it was amazing. And the reason why I critique the Black Lightning for when they tried to do it for a little bit, and then you see they moved away from it quickly and turned it into a villain of the week show. Like the way Luke Cage did it was so elegant, and Black Lightning tried to hammer it. And I was like, no. Anyway, let me get off that. Let me get off politics. I don't want to talk about that stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and try the debuffs, I guess. Dog Wonder as a reinforcement. Yeah. Oh, they could even do Batmite and Kill Tip Season as reinforcements. They could even do that. That would be cool. Okay. Now they could do, when we were talking about yesterday how Darkseid could come into the game and they would have Granny Goodness, the Furies could be a reinforcement. What's up, Osiris? Man, my Southern came out on those eyes, didn't it? They could have the Furies as reinforcements, like all 3 or all 4 of them, just like in a group, standing in a circle, like just like standing here in a circle, and then they just bum rush you. That would be cool. Okay. All right. Okay, so here we go. The mystery E, what's up? What's up? I'm loving the game. I'm loving it a little bit too much. I'm also loving like the kind of community that's building around it. I like this. I like everybody on my stream. I like everybody who watches. We got low numbers, so we ain't got a lot of wild match going on in the middle of it. I do like the game itself. It feels very free to play friendly. I'm enjoying all the aspects. So I'm gonna stay in the moment. Um, oh, you're a bit lost. Where's Shazam and Black Adam? Sup, Napo? Um, they're coming. I'm assuming they're not gonna not be in the game. But you know, I even said I think it was yesterday. There's no Joker. There's no Aquaman. There's no Shazam. I didn't say Shazam or Black Adam, but those, like they're coming. The thing is that they gotta have a place to go. And so I assume after DCU, I don't know if Shazam would be next or if it is Oh, did I pick a legendary for the pack? Is what you're asking, Napo? I picked a legendary. I haven't bought him yet, though. I think I'm gonna though. I'm gonna wait till payday. Um, so the mystery. I don't know that they are on the way. As in, like I have some information that they're gonna be out next month, or like they're gonna be out in the fall. I'm saying you cannot. I'm not a Shazam guy, not in a bad way, but just like I didn't. Those weren't the comics I read growing up. I was reading Batman. I didn't even read Superman comics like that until like college, and even then it was like Birthright, which was really good series. And I think like read a few. You know what I mean? So I'm not the Shazam guy. However, you can't do a DC game and not have Shazam in it. I'm sorry. They're not gonna. If this game lasts longer than 6 months, Shazam and Black Adam gonna end up in it. Aquaman's gonna end up in it, but they gotta have Joker's going to end up. You cannot have Batman, Penguin, Freeze, Scarecrow, and whoever else, and not have the Joker. So I'm pretty sure they got like some things in the works where they're gonna do events similar to this. All of it in terms of how this develops, from what I've understood. And you do get, I was an envoy with the Marvel Strike Force stuff. And that was kind of cool because even though I wasn't active as I should have been, you get a lot of like background on how the games are developed and how far ahead these people like plan this stuff out, and they take their time. So like that's usually not haphazard, and it can't be with a game like this. So like there is no way that they don't have those plans in the works. They probably have it planned they probably have this game planned all the way to the end of 2026 with like the idea of a general vague idea of what's going to happen December 2026, exactly what's going to happen the next 3 months, 75% finish with what happens in 3 to 6 months. You know what I mean? Like they have it planned. So Shazam's coming. Don't worry about that. If he's not, and like the Joker doesn't get in this game, I'll quit tomorrow. You better put the Joker. He's the best villain of all time. And yes, that's the truth. The Joker's the best villain of all time, period. They have the new season of Elite Arena out. And I'm leaning towards doing... exactly, Robert. You can't do that. Mr. J's coming. Mr. J! He's going to be in there. It's fine. It's fine. I believe. The question is which Mr. J are you going to get? Are you going to get the Heath Ledger rendition that also ended up being in The Batman, except it ended up being a black dude with dreads but with white face? Or are you going to get the classic Mark Hamill Joker? Mark Hamill, Jack Nicholson Joker? I wonder which one they're going to go with. Please don't go with the frickin' Jared Leto Joker. I don't blame Jared Leto for what he did. Like, he was trying to be different. Sometimes we take big shots and we miss. Like, it happens. Just, we can forget that moment in history. So they do have a new Elite Arena, so I will go over that real quick, actually. Or you know what? Better yet, no, I'll do the debuffs first. I'll do the debuffs first, and I'll do it in team-ups, and then I'm going to parlay that into how I'm going to build my Elite Arena teams, because they have it to where you can have each trait now. And actually, part of this is going to be, and I should have done this this morning. Damn. When I go to characters right now, when we go to, I don't want to spend these gems though. When we go down here, I'm going to do a fire and ice team. I'm leaving these elites out. More talking to myself, guys. I'm sorry. Scarecrow is going to be on that poisons team. Bleed's team could include Croc, but I don't have him worked on at all. So I do need to remove somebody from level link just for the purposes of this video. Who am I using the least in level link right now? Constantine. Let me see. Hold up. I think Constantine's the one that's got to move. Damien applies bleeds. Burn bleeds. Burn. Frostbite. A bunch of stuff. Weaken bleeds. Heals. I need her for the poisons portion. No, I use the Tanner too much. Debuff. I might be using it with Johnny Quick later. Yeah, I think it has to be Constantine that comes out. All right. So we remove Constantine right fast. Can I talk for an hour on these? No, I'm about to do the debuffs now. So I gotta go ahead and spin this. And then we plop Scarecrow in there. All right. That hurt. Yeah, confirm. Okay, hurt. It was 100 diamonds. I'm fine. All right, so Cesar Romero. Are they going to allow us to change costumes for the characters in the future, you think? You know, funny enough, I feel like this game isn't necessarily conducive to skin changes. I don't know what my eye is seeing. That if Joker's a legendary and that Batman's an epic. No, they're gonna. When Joker comes in, they're probably gonna add a Batman. If they're already adding a second Superman, they're gonna add a Batman. However, that means that it would probably. I know when Joker's gonna come out. They're working on the Batman 2 right now, right? Is it confirmed who's the villain for the Batman 2? Because sorry. So if Darkseid comes into the game, I'm gonna convert to pay to win. Is it confirmed who's the villain in Batman 2? Anybody know? Because if Batman 2's coming out, let's say next fall, it'll be a summer blockbuster thing. They'll put out in the summer. That'll be when the Joker's coming. I bet. Because I mean, they were not gonna do Batman DCU without the Batman movie showing up. If it was gonna be a Wonder Woman DCU and they decided to reboot that whole thing, it would have been a Wonder Woman DCU that came out. And they said, and somebody even put in the Discord that they're putting ads for DC Worlds Collide up before the Superman movie. So they're very much tying the marketing of this game to that movie for right now. And like all these games, and then when the next movie comes out, they'll have an event. It's the Darkseid movie where, Zack Snyder actually got to keep doing stuff. And then they'll have a Darkseid event or whatever. So if I don't know who the Batman 2 villain is. I haven't seen that be confirmed yet. I don't know if they're in filming yet either, but if that's anytime soon, which I don't know, but they work for Warner Brothers, they would get those notices and they probably have to sign NDAs saying like, you guys can develop this stuff. Don't say about this. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and get into, that has me thinking now though. I need to do some research. I need to figure out, Crisis Watch. What am I doing? I'm too focused on the Joker now. My head is all over the place. All right. So we're going to try to get into these debuffs. And real quick, one thing I did want to do, I did have Fire and Ice set, and I'll have a little throw to Superman. I think I know their kits well enough to just, I feel like I'm going to miss somebody, but I'm not pretty sure I'm not. Because I built these before in a previous video. That's why. It's just the bleeds I'm a little bit worried about because I wanted bleeds to work really well. It didn't, and now I'm a little bit upset about it. All right, so let us go into team ups. And then we will simulate a basic one, not an advanced one. And I think this is what I'm going to use to show them off. But this isn't going to be the place where you can really take credit for it. Rally, confirm. Okay, so we get to the fight. We're not gonna fight. This might be too simple though. This might be too simple. All right, let's put Bizarro in real quick. Maybe I should have done advanced simulation. Did I have enough attacks to finish that off is the question though. Okay. Yeah, you do need Deathstroke for the bleeds too. All right. So here we go. Going into this, and what time are we at right now? All right. I'm trying to like not record. However, I'm gonna do a recording of it now and see if. Let me know if the stream gets funky, and then I'll stop the recording. I did remove some stuff on my computer and change some things, so hopefully I'll be able to record it because trying to pull it off YouTube is a problem. It's a hassle. All right, so here we go. And 3, 2. I really want to have something clever to say. But the most clever thing I can say is that I named this team Fire and Ice. I'm still upset about the ending of Game of Thrones. Let's get to the video. All right, so. Actually, maybe I should go back and stay in there, but that's fine. This is going to last for an hour. We're good. Oh, you haven't seen The Batman yet? I even did a review on that movie when it first came out. That was a good movie. I liked it a lot. Zoe Kravitz and Robert Pattinson they were like stepbrother and sister. Not in the way that y'all might be watching it, because some of y'all have some weird taste, but like they were like brother and sister. They did not want to touch or kiss each other, and they made them do it on camera, and it was uncomfortable. Okay, so. All right, so. And 3, 2. Hi guys, I'm Grumpy here, and this is a DC Rose Collide video. In this video, I am going to go over, 2 debuffs. That is going to be Burn and Frostbite, and I'm doing it through a team that I call Fire and Ice because I thought I was clever. It's not. And basically the key to this is OG Superman. Now, there are other characters that do this, of course, and you can build them in different ways, of course, but this is just the way I'm going to use it to explain it, and I'll tell you why Superman is the key to this whole team. Now, with the game as it stands right now, it is still early days. Like, global release was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So there aren't going to be a super in-depth version, like list, roster of Burn characters or Frostbite characters. So you're kind of having to mix and match, which I actually do like. And I hope it kind of stick. It's going to be hard for it to stick that way, but I kind of hope it does stick that way. Even when you go through Elseworld, you'll see that the debuffs themselves go together. They'll say, like, for every burn that you detonate, or for every frostbite on an enemy, when you detonate a burn, is 40% extra damage, or something like that. They relate frostbite and burn to themselves, and they relate bleeds and poisons. Bleeds and poisons is going to be another video. So in this scenario, what I'm trying to do is have a Fire and Ice team where one half is doing burns, one half is doing frostbite. The reason why Superman is key to this is because he does both. So on his, I think this is advanced attack, attacks the enemy with the highest attack with a freezing breath, dealing physical damage equal to 160%, adds 1 stack of frostbite, and knocks the enemy back 20% on the action bar. We're going to go into, if you don't know what frostbite is, we're going to get into it. However, the game does do a really good job of like explaining debuffs on every character. Then heat vision flies upward and uses heat vision on all enemies, dealing superpower damage equal to 100% of attack and adding 2 stacks of burn. If detonation occurs on the current stack, gains 20% physical reduction for 1 turn. I forgot about that part, and that part is awesome. So in his kit, he has both frostbite and burn. Now, I'm going to go to the explanation of both of those debuffs real quick. Probably should have started here, but hey, rocking with me. When you go to burn, detonates at 4 stacks, taking superpower damage equal to 60% of attack. This thing is still a little bit confusing to me, and I think it is whoever sets off the burn is going to take 60% of their attack. I was wondering if it was going to go like for each burn, like Starfire put 1, that 1 is going to give 60% of her attack. Superboy does 1, and then that burn does 6. But it seems as though it's going to do 60% of the person who sets off the burn. Now for Frostbite, deals physical damage equal to 15% of attack for each stack of Frostbite when added. So when you when you actually do the attack and another frostbite hits, for everyone that's there, you're getting 15% damage. So now, how am I using this for our team? Well, let's start with the frostbite side, and I'm going back here because the characters look cooler. So Green Arrow on his advanced attack, and we're not doing the full kits. If you want the full kits, I have character guides for it. Yeah, all of these characters I'm about to talk about now. Shoots a freeze arrow at an enemy, dealing physical damage equal to 110% of attack and adding 1 frostbite. So that means on his advanced attack, the first thing he's going to do is open up with frostbite on an enemy. Next, you have Bizarro, which Bizarro is a strange case. I always miss this picture because it's so different. Because here you'll see that it says burn. He does not apply burn. He only applies frostbite and freeze. He has a burn fire breath on his kit, and I bring this up because I remember doing a video where I spent so long trying to find where burn was in his kit, and he didn't have it. He has weaken on his flame breath, no burn. I have him in there because I want to use right here on his ultimate attack. He lays down, heals himself for 20% of his lost HP, and emits freezing beams from his eyes to attack a random enemy 3 times, each adding 1 stack of frostbite. Has a 100% chance of adding freeze for 1 turn. So you're going to add 3 stacks of frostbite here. The plus of this is that you're adding 3. The minus of this for both Bizarro and for Green Arrow is that they're only attacking single enemies. So you kind of have to luck up a little bit and hope that they both hit the same tank that's in the front. But other than that, I like it. However, I will say the main component of this team is the burn, which Superboy on his ultimate charges between enemy lines in a burst of speed and power 6 times. In a burst of speed and power 6 times. Sorry, I read that very awkwardly. Each strike deals superpower damage equal to 90% of attack to a random enemy and has a 50% chance to add 1 stack of burn. Hitting the same enemy deals 40% less damage each time. That sucks, but he does lay down burn. So I'm going to lay down 3 to 6 burns. I'm assuming on that, of course, because it's 50%, it's possible you lay down 0. But I'm going to be hopeful and positive and optimistic and say he's going to lay down 3 to 6. But you're going to lay down some burns. So regardless, it can't be a 50% chance and you not hit on 1. Not on 1? Not on 1. However, Starfire is far more reliable in this sense because Starfire on her passive, let me make sure I get the right one. There we go. When dealing damage, any damage, add 1 stack of burn. For every 2 enemies detonated, gain 1 energy. So every time she detonates a burn, every other one, she's going to gain energy. So those are the components of the fire and ice team. I'm going to take them in a time. I was making sure I didn't miss anything. So sorry. So basically, I am going to take them into team up so we can see how they perform. Now, this team up here is against, hate it for you, Frankenstein. I didn't realize that he was agile. And we got a whole lot of mighty. So we're going to go ahead and take out Wonder Woman. We're going to put in Bizarro. Superman's going to be on, well, he's on the right of the screen, but he's going to be left when we get done. We put him in the front. I'm kind of tucking Superboy away in here. I don't think that matters much since we don't have taunters anyway. So let's go ahead and face off. And I kind of want to do a little bit slower so you can see the burns pop off, because I will say this. The burn, okay, so you see that she laid down 2. Frostbite is being laid down by Superman. And actually, I should probably read it in the Ultimates. As a matter of fact, that's what your boy's going to do right now. We're going to redo the Ultimates real fast. So, in this scenario, because I'm going to focus on the burns, Superboy goes next. And now the reason for that is Superboy's burns are on his ultimate. I want his ultimate to pop off. Superman definitely is going to lay down 2 on his ultimate. Starfire is not that important when it comes down to laying down burns, like using her ultimate, because her burns come with every attack. And I'm being awkward here. Typically, I would probably put Green Arrow in front of Superman or in between Superboy and Bizarro. And I do like to run Superboy and Superman like back to back whenever they're on the same team. But for right now, I'm going to let Bizarro go ahead of Green Arrow because I want him to get the Frostbite out there on his ultimate attack. I think the more efficient team would be to switch it up a bit, but I'm trying to show off the burns and the Frostbite for you guys. So let's go into this. And I slow it down just a little bit so you can see the burn attacks, and I wish I could kind of like zoom in. But you see the 3 burns here, and then when the damage comes off, you'll see that the damage comes off with it on the side. So it did it with Frostbite, it did it with burn right there. And there is Bizarro gone because my Bizarro is only rank 5. I think he's a good tank. I just don't have him ranked up a lot. So just forgive Bizarro for that one. And truth be told, I probably should have put Bizarro in the front. When you have a weaker character like that, and I won't let this complete because I need to do other videos. When you have a weaker character like that, it might have been best for me to put Bizarro up front if I know he's going to die anyway, especially with how his kit is built. That way he can get his ultimate off at least one time before he falls off. Now here, Superboy goes off. You see that he set off the burn. Everybody's stunned. It's easy work, right? Now granted, this is a beginner simulation, so let's be fair about it. And we're going to speed it up just a little bit. Superman's going to pop off here. And we put in work. I was about to say where'd the bleeds come from, but they came from TT. Had burn damage over there on Frankenstein. Ooh, that's a lot. And then I think we're going to get an ultimate from Superman again real fast. Those burns pop off. And the thing is I feel as though with Frostbite, and I'm going to be prejudiced when I say this, this is a bias coming in. All right, so let's restart that. This is a bias that's coming in. The bias that's coming in is the fact that, we're going to put Bizarro here. The bias that comes in is the fact that I have a Superman that's legendary. I put the best gear I possibly could on him. When the burns detonate with 60% of his attack, they're going to do significant damage. We have more Frostbite damage here and some Frostbite damage there. That was for 15,000, right? Hold up. Y'all may have to forgive me. I have to watch this. God, he hits him hard every time. Oh, ouch. Yo. What did he say to you? All right, so we'll restart that again. I'm going to slap Bizarro over here. Frankenstein is a monster when he gets going. In PvE content, at least. And I do want to be able to see like the burn. Burn was laid down. All right, so there's Frostbite damage and burn damage. You can't see because it gets blocked by its own. Oh, yeah, there was 12,000 Frostbite critical hit right there. There's another 15,000 Frostbite hit. So we're putting in work. It's a little bit easier to see slower, and I'm going to speed it up again. But, what's up, Mike? I'm going to speed it up again. But yeah, you see burn damage right there. Bet we're about to set off some more burns right now. Gotta love it. And then I'm going to speed it up. And then what we're going to see at the end is I'm going to check the stats on the damage itself. And the damage itself, and thankfully, I moved Bizarro over so that he's dead anyway. So that Frankenstein would just lay into Soups and Bizarro would at least get a few turns off. Okay. But honestly, it's not too much to explain. There's one other thing that you need to be aware of when it comes down to burns. Ooh, there goes the invulnerability. Or at least the way that I would see it is that in other games, and I think this is going to happen for bleeds and poisons as well. Maybe less for those. I don't know. But for me, I used to try to build entire teams that were bleeds. I would try to build entire teams that were, I think it was disease. It was disease in the other game. For this, I'm not so inclined. I kind of like the concept of having fire and ice. So even with other characters like DCU Superman, which a lot of you guys came at me and said that he's actually pretty good. And no shade. It is what it is. If you think so, I would love to go back and test that theory. But he would work in this team too. But I don't think that I would want to build an entire roster of 5 on a team with burn. Although that might work, that might be beastly, I like the idea of a frostbite and burn team at the same time. Now, the concept itself that I'm saying might be flawed, because if I'm stacking up 10 frostbite and I just keep hitting that frostbite, that seems like 450% damage. If I'm able to pop off burns more often, that seems like it's more damage. However, I do like the concept of spreading out, whether it's going to be burns or frostbite. Or maybe I'm just adjusting to what has been offered to me in the game. So, you see Superman here, 512k. Green Arrow still was doing work. He was still doing work. And on that advanced attack, I mean, it does come from his AoE attack as well, but on that advanced attack, the frostbites that he was putting out, he kept putting that out. So you kept getting that additional damage because that frostbite lasts on you to the end of the match or until it's like cleansed from somebody. So that is my frostbite and burn team. And that's how frostbite and burn work. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and dislike. I'm okay with that as well. I'll see you guys next time. We kept that one tight. All right, 49. Were there any issues while I was recording? I think the stream stayed straight, right? I feel like when I do the stream for a long amount of time, did you claim the new code they gave us? New code, excuse me, what, Jada Fresh? I did not know that there was a code. Can you please let me know what that code is? Where do we even put the code in? I did not claim the new code. I did not know we had a code at all. Was it in the Discord? Well, to be fair, I was only in my Discord. I wasn't in theirs. DCWC Superman. Jada Fresh, we appreciate you for the code. I'm assuming it's, yep, code redemption. All right, guys. Guys, heads up. Heads up. Heads up, guys. Guys, we're going to redeem a code here. So what you want is DC Dub C Superman. And I may need to leave this in this video or like clip it out for somebody else. I don't know. Maybe I'll put it in the community tab. Code at minute 50. All right. And then this is burn. Yep, old man stuff. All right. Appreciate you. Jada Freak is our favorite today. All right, so let's see what the redeem is. Redeem, claim rewards in the inbox. Okay. I'm on my way. I am on my way. Get away. All right, here we go. In the inbox, what's up? Got a frame and 500 gems. We like to see it, guys. Put it in. Go for it. Do I want, but am I gonna use a Superman frame? No. I don't know, dog. Can I use a Superman frame? I don't know if I can do that. I know Damien's about to lose his mind if he doesn't see this video. We collect. I appreciate the diamonds. Ooh, one of the few. Yeah, I know who he is, but I got Batman up here, and I feel like that would, even though they homies, I feel like Batman would feel mad disrespected to be in a Superman frame. No. Where's the Batman frame? Where's this at? Where's this coming from? Why don't I own this? What's going on here? Why is this not part of my collection? What's going on? Who's this? What are you doing? Ooh. Do I do it? Does that disrespect Batman? They are world's finest together, but like Batman didn't even like it when Superman tried to fly him around. He's like, nah, I'll get there on my jet. I'm cool. You don't want me to carry you quick? You will not carry me. I don't know. Okay, we'll do it for a shout out to Jada Fresh for the thanks, but I feel like that's going to be changed after the stream is over. Well, just as a thank you for the code, we appreciate you. That feels disrespectful to Batman, though, doesn't it? And I'm not gonna change it to Superman. We're not doing that. Ooh, mad disrespectful. Sorry, Bats, you had to take it. All right, so now we're gonna worry about poisons and bleeds. Which I will be honest, I think the poisons and bleeds debuff video, whereas with fire and ice, I already have it like set. With poisons and bleeds, it's like, I know which characters I would use, but I'm not, despite that result you saw from my fire and ice team, I'm satisfied with that team. I like it. I know where the weaknesses are. If I rank up Bizarro a bit, that team goes at least a lot better. Those are codes too, Mike. Oh, you're saying other codes are out there. You know what? Mike is giving us more codes. Shout out to the homie Mike. Day one. Um, let's see if these codes work because I haven't tried any codes. I don't even know where to put them in. Let's see. Although I think if it's just gonna get me these characters. All right, Red Robin, Dub L. Oh, I can't hit enter on it. It's an emulator. Oh, these are working. Red Robin WWL. This is why you need to watch the channel, guys. All right. I told you read the comments. I told you to read the comments. Batgirl WWL. Appreciate y'all. Everybody hop on the codes. I need to actually, let me do this real quick. I need to save these. I don't know if I put these in a video somewhere else or what, but maybe the community tab, WW, or in the Discord. Yeah, I'll put it in my Discord. Actually, I'll add a tab that says promo codes. And I will put those in the Discord. That'll work. That way, because I don't want people to miss it. Then again, if you're not in my Discord, you're definitely going to miss it. What were these rewards? So we got some Robin. Now Robin is going to be fodder for me, but that's okay. I need these frags to rank up Jessica Cruz. We will take them. That's what's up. That is what's up. Thank you, Mike, for more codes. Appreciate you. So we got two favorites today. God, I don't feel like, man, I need to pull for him. I do need to get him. All right, so as I was saying, with the poisons and the bleeds, it's a lot less secure for me because I tried them out at first, and I know that bleeds are the key to taking out shield, because bleeds hit under shield. So the poison and bleeds video might be a bit longer. I was trying to keep the other one kind of tight because I've seen that in my videos, man. I'll just be going off and just talking. So Damien also does. So it's Two-Face, Damien. For the poisons, I already know there's only 3 of them, and that's Ivy, Pingu, or Pingy, and then Scarecrow, which is why I just put him into level link. And then for the bleeds, it is Two-Face, Damien, Ocean Master, who's a monster. We love that dude. And then who else is it? I think that's it. There's nobody else that lays down bleeds, right? There's no one else who lays down those bleeds, right? I mean, we have some elite characters. Like I know Croc lays down bleeds. I don't have him worked on at all whatsoever. Cheetah lays down bleeds, doesn't she? Yeah. And I think I have her in my level link right now, if I'm not mistaken. If not, I can put her in. And then I think, okay, this might be DCL, but does Manta lay down bleeds too? Oh, he lays down burn. Cool. I didn't know he laid down burn. That came from DCL thinking that he still lays down bleeds. That's old knowledge messing me up. Oh man. Phantom Stranger. Okay. I think that's it. I wouldn't have these characters anyway. And then anybody else in here. Two-Face, Damien, Ocean Master, Cheetah. Okay. So I'm going to try to do the bleeds team or the poison team. So as we're building them, and I don't know that, here's another thing I can check. With Penguin, someone actually tried to get on to me about Penguin as well. I don't know. Maybe I have him built wrong. I can't get him to do what I need him to do. It's all poison. Wait, he has poison on this one too? On his basic. Yeah, he has poison. And then Ivy. I'm trying to check to see if any one of them do what Superman does in the sense of like they do bleeds and poison. I only paid attention to one side of things. But I think it's only poison for these people. I don't think there's a character that does bleeds and poison. Really don't. Yeah. All right. Well, and who was the last one? Scarecrow. He definitely doesn't. He only does poisons. And Scarecrow's poison mechanic is awesome. However, his gear is not. Let's gear up. I mean, we don't have to do anything fancy with him. We could just put him in some regular old gear. I'm not giving you a helmet. That's good. Honestly. Okay. Put this HP piece on him real quick. Attack body. Which sounds like... Wasn't there a fitness video series about that? We'll put you on. It doesn't matter that much. That would be generous. Not gonna happen. Albeit, I do want an attack. Yeah, instead of an HP piece. Can you tell that I built him a long time ago? And in fact, I may wanna. Let's see. Slashes at enemies. 80% of attack. Okay, fine. Then why did I put an HP set on him? Charges at enemies. Blah blah. Physical damage. 75% of attack. Gas, blah, blah, blah. Why did I put an HP set on him? Why is he an HP? Why is he an HP? He doesn't heal or any of the other stuff. It's probably better. Put him in crit. This does not even reach the point of defense. So we'll replace that. And then I am not doing that. We'll replace it this way. All right, cool. Next is, I got so mad at Ping when I just started stripping stuff off of him, but I think he's okay like this. His gear was much better like the day before yesterday, but he upset me, so I took off a lot of his gear and just started putting it on other folks. Because he just was not performing for me. The block set, like I've said before in other videos, I'm using as a defense set, basically because it just reduces damage. That's what block does. So I treat it like defense. This one might have a really good piece for him. Oh no, I put it on Bizarro. This is the piece that I put on Bizarro. This was attack. But Bizarro is raw for the purposes of this video. Let's switch it up. I might put that back on Bizarro later. But this is a attack HP piece, which means that I'm getting attack, which is great for his poisons, and then the HP set helps me just complete the HP set. And I guess I have to leave that alone. I guess we're okay with this. I don't have a spare epic shoulder form. No spare. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, so let's get into poisons and bleeds. Apparently, Black Manta's kind of good. I'm just leaning away from doing anything with elites. There's a few of them that I rock with. I just read Black Manta's thing, and he puts down burn, which would put him on my fire and ice team. I was surprised because I was expecting him to do bleeds because DCL is still in my brain. Every time I've run into him in PvE, he seems good, but then again, you can't really trust when you run into PvE mini bosses. So there's a great non-answer for you. I would probably wait and just invest in an epic as opposed to doing it with Black Manta. However, there was one person who did say that their Black Manta hits like a truck, that they were enjoying him. I just can't see where it is in the chat right now. All right, so, and I guess in early days, because you can still retrain and re-rank, why not? Give it a shot. put the resources into him, and then if he's not good, just don't take him up too high. But if he's not good, then retrain him and get all the resources back. Give it a shot. Can't hurt. Okay, so we are going to try to run this team real quick. What I'm gonna do right fast, guys, is I'm gonna make a cup of coffee real quick. I'm gonna run this again because this made me smile, and I will be back in like 45 seconds. It won't take me. In fact, I probably should not even run that, but I need to save my elite arenas for when I do my elite arena video. All right, so I will let them fight real quick, and I'm gonna make a coffee. I will be back in literally like 60 seconds, maybe a little bit longer because I gotta boil the water. Yo. Muted. We need a top 10. I was laughing and I just realized the mic was muted. We need a top 10 elites characters video. I tried to get away with doing like a tier list that was basically red light, green light, on who you should go with. And actually, funny enough, and I'd have to find the time to figure out how and when to do it. Like I said about the resources themselves, if I just stacked enough resources, I could theoretically run through the elites, like level them up to whatever, or put them in level like rank. Oh, actually, the problem is I would need to rank them up. I would want to rank them up to rank 8, and then I could just put them in and out of level link and figure out which ones are good, which ones are bad. It's about the progress in the game that I have so far that might prove to be the problem, because I'm using their fragments to rank up epics and legendaries right now. So I'm gonna have to think of how to make that work. Because then when you try to retrain the elites, which I did, for example, I don't want to retrain anybody for real right now, and I don't have anybody out of level link that I could. Okay, yeah. When I try to retrain her for rank, Cheetah, yeah, it's 500 gems, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But if I'm doing that across what 10 elites, let's say 20 elites or whatever, because there's not that many in the game, that adds up. I don't know. I have to figure it out. A video like that would be something nice. I think the problem is I am further in the game than you guys, but not by that much. Like, I've only been playing for 2 months, so, and this is what my rosters looks like. So hey guys, look forward to this in about a month and a half. But like, yeah, I'm not that far in the game. It just looks like it because you guys just started. I'm still very early in the game. Okay, so let's go ahead and discuss poisons and bleeds. We're going to try to construct a team up. Meow. And I'm going to try to hurry and finish this because I only got 20 minutes left. And last time I screwed up by not finishing this Sup, Panda? What's up? Weren't you? Okay. I added you to the league, right? And league's closed, fellas. League's full. We have the Huntress Legends, spelled like Huntress, no space, and then Legends with the S at the end. She is in our, I think it's he or she or our non-binary homie is in the Discord right now, in my Discord right now, recruiting for their league. So if you're still looking for a league, or if you want to create one of your own, join my Discord. I always say that, and then don't put up the link to the damn Discord. Join the Discord. I'll put up the link right now. Go into the recruitment area and find somebody, find some people, make your own league. Have fun. Let's go. Let us go. Build a little group of your own. Because I will say this, the thing that I do miss about DCL that I never found in Marvel Strike Force was having a group of folks I could talk to about, I would say about the game, but we ended up talking about everything. We ended up talking about all kinds of stuff. So that was always the fun aspect. Let me go ahead and put the John Stewart, Green Lantern. I like him a lot. I can see where people would say he's a flawed character. I think that I like his counterattack when he's in setup mode. I do like the way that he gathers attack and sends it out. I am going to invest in him further. But put it this way, in terms of like ranking him up, I haven't really been like pursuing his frags in the desired section. I did do a Green Lantern John Stewart video though. He didn't perform as well as I wanted him to. I think he would be good at rank 8, but the thing is also I can't necessarily justify putting resources into a mighty tank when I have Superman. And then Bizarro would be second on that list to me in terms of mighty tanks. And I don't like Penguin. So I guess John Stewart would be third. I guess he would be third. I like him though, but that is also a little bit of a personal bias. I will admit that too. All right, so let's remove this from skip battle, and I only have a few minutes left to finish off this dude. I'm wondering if I should finish him off. Nah, it's fine. We'll do this real quick to see how terrible they are. Should I? Yeah, let's go. I'll just set the format up differently. So let's go ahead and put Poison Ivy in there. We're going to set up Penguin. Okay, we're going to put in Scarecrow. Oh, he has a boost here in this level. I don't know why, but he does. And then for bleeds, as far as bleeds, we could put in Ocean Master because I just love Ocean Master. Oh, he has a boost here too. And the debate right now is like Damien or Two-Face. I'm tempted to put in Two-Face for the extra damage. Who's ultimate? Oh. It is either really, really good or really, really useless. He sits there with his sniper rifle for 2 turns. He takes damage, and it's like Bishop from the X-Men. He takes damage. He takes damage, and then after those 2 turns, he unleashes a single target attack at one person. So he is sitting there for a while, but as he's taking the damage, he has an ability to counterattack. So I think it's good, but it's a tightrope act because it could go wrong really fast. Who else am I putting in here for the? I could put Cheetah just so that we represent the elites a little bit. Is she in level link though? Because I have a feeling that I took her out and I didn't put her back in. So we will do, who's the other? Damien. We can do Damien. Two-Face did just get a rework though. Damien attacks back row. Two-Face applies bleeds on his ultimate. He also gives damage amplification and damage reduction. Damage reduction might be helpful for Penguin since he's trash. Since we have more poisons, we're going to use the poison synergy. Okay, so we're going to hop into this video. I'm going to try to hit record, and this goes back to the stream again. Guys, if you see the stream get wonky, let me know, and then I will remove it. Okay, so we're going to try to record, and 3, 2. I have to admit, I'm going to be straight up with you guys. The Fire and Ice team came pretty easy to me. I want bleeds and I want poison to work because I feel like they would be very important mechanics in the game, and I'm having some difficulty building a team. So let's walk through this together. Let's get to the video. Okay. And 3, 2. Hi guys, I'm Garvey here. This is a DC Worlds Collide video. In this video, I'm gonna go over some of the bleed and poison characters to go into the debuffs. However, I will say this. Bleeds are supposed to be like the anti-shield. It's what you use to defeat characters that put up a lot of shield. I have been having issues, and maybe it's me not taking the time to do the research properly in building my poison and my bleeds teams. Now I'm gonna run this team right now. The way that this is gonna work, and I'm running it now because I'm running out of time on my team up, and I need to hurry up and finish the simulation. Is that Penguin lays down poison on both his basic attack and on his advanced attack when he puts up a shield. If he gets hit, he gives that enemy poison. Poison Ivy puts down poison on her ultimate attack. Scarecrow has an awesome poison mechanic, and I did just change his gear to some okay stuff. I won't even call it decent. It's alright. But basically, his passive, he's going to apply poisons at the start of each of the first 3 turns once you get him up to rank 8. We have a good team synergy in terms of bleeds from Two-Face. He lays down bleeds on his ultimate, and on top of all that, he does provide damage reduction when he's in the front row for Penguin, and he does provide damage amplification in terms of giving out when he's on the back row. And then Ocean Master, he does bleeds everywhere, bleeds and weaken. We'll go into his kit a little bit when we discuss it. So I'm going to run this right now. Ultimate order. I put Penguin in the back all the time, to be quite frank. Let's lay down the bleed. I think of these characters, of all the characters, okay, yeah, Ocean Master's the best. Let's be real about it. But then the next 2 would be a tie between Poison Ivy and Two-Face. And I think my Two-Face is only ranked 6. That might be part of the issue I'm running into. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back. We're going to run this at these guys. And then we're going to check the stats and see how that goes. And I'm going to try to... Oh, and the plus side about this, in terms of me being able to watch it, and I'll slow it down because this is me. Oh my goodness, Frankenstein. Every time I don't account for old buddy. I keep forgetting Frankenstein hits like a truck whenever he's on PvE. We're going to just switch that over because, like I said, my Two-Face is rank 6. My Penguin is rank 8. He should be able to handle this, but I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in Penguin lately. So basically, I even forgot what my train of thought was. Basically, Phantom Stranger puts up a lot of shields. The bleeds for the shields should, Penguin ain't nothing, man. The bleeds from the shields, the bleeds should reduce health under the shields as well. Phantom Stranger puts out a lot, so then bleeds would be an advantage for him. or an advantage in this situation. Okay. So when he does actually put up the shields, which he may not even do so right now because he has silence on him. That's just a good happy coincidence right there. Um, let's go ahead and speed that up a little bit because I don't think they're going to clear this actually. So there should be bleed damage that comes, but remember in this game, bleed damage happens after the enemy's turn. So right here, Phantom Stranger is going to get a turn, and then you should see some bleeds pop off under the shield, and then this bar should still reduce. So there's the bleeds that went off. Okay. He just took a bunch of damage off of his bleeds. Maybe we should be paying more attention to Frankenstein on those bleeds. Let's restart. This is the research portion of the game. All right, so we're going to restart and watch Penguin die in a glorious fashion again. So the poisons go out there. That took off 8K from Phantom Stranger off rip. He blocked that a little bit, the Holy Revenge, and there goes Penguin. We have the poisons up here. So actually, smart money is we should probably be watching this meter up top. A little bit of damage goes out. It is going to be Frankenstein's turn, and like after Poison Ivy and Two-Face's turn, we put out more poisons, and now I want to see 7,000 and then a critical hit right there from the poisons as well. I didn't know poisons and bleeds could crit, but okay. I'm not complaining about it. We're going to speed it up. So yeah, the bleeds should be hitting under Frankenstein's shield and then reducing his health bar. Phantom Stranger goes. He's still going to lose off that. That took off a good chunk right there. That's what I was looking for. This team isn't going to succeed in this area, but I'm okay with that. I'm going to look at the stats, and then I'm going to go back through and I'm going to destroy this team real quick with like Wonder Woman. but I'm going to check for the stats when we get done. Ocean Master might do work here, though. A little bit of work. I'm not saying he's going to finish him off, but I thought Ocean Master was going to do some work. Ocean Master, why don't you do no work? Okay, so we're going to check the stats real quick. So Poison Ivy got a bit off on those poisons. Ocean Master, of course, on his out of turn attacks. And a little bit of damage here. Of course, Penguin did a whole lot of nada. Okay, so we're going to check real quick. And let me write down this 114. Cool. And then we're going to go back into this because I have 11 minutes left. And we're going to destroy them really quickly with a massive team of Almighty. And Green Arrow. And Batman. Starfire. Let us rain fire. There was a firefight. Okay, here we go. Oh, we didn't finish them off? I thought for sure that was game over. Wow, we only did that much damage. With all of my... Wait, what? I should have looked at that and seen what happened. Wait, what? Didn't I do much better before with much less? Who was running on this one? Superman, Bats. Okay, so yeah, he did the full fire thing with Batman. Fire and Ice with Batman. So detonation is where I need to be. Let's try that one more time. We put Starfire out there, but we had Wonder Woman instead. Is that... Okay, I feel like I should replace Green Arrow. If anybody, I'm going to replace... Yeah, we'll do this. We'll replace Batman with Superboy. And then try to get some of these things to detonate. You come over here. You go back there. Let's see if that works. I don't think that's going to work. And then I'm about to be upset. What did we get to? 73. What was that first team I used? All right. Well, looks like I'm not going to finish this dude off. I'm not going to worry about it too much. All right. So now we'll go back into the video in 3, 2. Okay. So let's go ahead and go through their kits and how they work very quickly. And in fact, we'll go back here. So what I'm using for Poison Ivy, there she is. So Poison Ivy on her Toxic Infusion during battle increases attack when dealing damage, and this is very similar to the Starfire where she lays down burns whenever dealing damage. Permanently increase her own attack by 1% for each stack of poison on the target. So every time she gets an attack, if the target has poison, she's going to increase her attack. Remember that for when I get to Scarecrow. Adds 1 stack of poison to the back row of enemies, and this is another random enemy as well. This is her ultimate attack. Right? Yeah, attack the back row, dealing superpower damage equal to 150%. Increases damage of this skill by 15% for each stack of poison on the target. So as she's stacking poisons here on the back row, which it's kind of funny that she only attacks the back row, period. She's going to do extra damage for each piece of poison on this attack, and then also on the passive in general, she does more attack when there's more poison. That is important because, or at least Scarecrow becomes important in this scenario because on his passive, spreads fear gas at the start of battle, adding 1 stack of poison to all enemies that last until the end of battle. And then if you take him up to rank 8, he will do this at the start of all 3, like the first 3 turns. So he's essentially, if all 15 survive, he's putting out 15 poisons in the first 3 turns, which is good for Poison Ivy because then when she runs with him, she's going to do a whole bunch more damage just out of the gate. Penguin is supposed to be good. And I've seen people get on me. It's fun. The Discord is fine. I like the interaction. I really do. So long as it's respectful. But there have been people who have been disagreeing with me, saying that Penguin is actually good, and maybe it's me. I can't make him work. I have him rank 8. I've been trying so hard. He does not go for me. But raises his umbrella on Umbrella Shield to protect himself, increases defense by 100%, while it's up, granting 30% damage reduction to the back row for 1 turn. Like, this puts him up with dealing damage and then reducing damage for everybody in the back. Should work. Defense increases by 100. This part is important. He's adding 1 stack of poison for 3 turns to the person who attacks him on his. By just standing there and taking the damage, he's adding poison. And then on his basic attack, he does add a poison for 3 turns. This sounds like it should be great. I'm just having difficulty getting him to work. And those are really the only characters that I've used or experimented with in terms of poison. Now, when we go over to bleeds, we have, and I'm making sure I don't miss anybody up top, I'm pretty sure that Deathstroke has bleed on his kit as well. So if you wanted to use him, I'm not going to go through his whole kit because I don't have him and I need to. I've used him in Elseworld, but I want to use him with the team to tell you exactly how to do it. But he does do on his passive, and I think on his basic, he lays down bleeds. He lays down a lot of bleeds, actually. All right, so we're going to scoot past him, but he is a bleed character that I would love to have, and I'll probably get relatively soon. Not going to say why and how, but I'm pretty sure you guys know if you've seen that super fun pack. I basically told you how and why. All right, so now on Damien, increases damage dealt to the target for more than 65% upon dealing damage, adds 1 stack of bleeds. So 1 stack of bleed for 2 turns. So he's going to add bleed when he attacks. Now, Damien is a character that I have a little bit of a conflict with. I feel like he could be better at higher ranks, and he's not great on my roster right now, but I think he could be really good. Before I was hesitant to believe that he could be, but I think he could be at least a decent single target damage dealer. And I will put the resources into him when I have it. Not saying that's a wise investment, but I'm gonna try. Next up, and I had to write him down. Oh, Two-Face. I think Two-Face is probably the best of the. Nope, wrong. I was about to say something really bad. Second best of the epics that apply bleeds. And so on his passive, at the start of battle, in front, his good side is revealed, in the back, his bad side is revealed. When his good side is revealed from the front row, front row allies apply 1 stack of bleed whenever they add bleed. When his bad side is revealed, the back row gains 15% lifesteal. So they're going to apply bleed. The front row allies are going to apply bleed whenever they add bleed. It's an additional stack, so it'll be 2. That actually makes a difference a little bit in my head. That makes a difference in my head for front row. that has me changing some things in my brain. As though maybe Two-Face and Ocean Master in the front row would be a good idea. I got to think on that one. Tosses a coin, and let's just say if Tails deals damage equal to 170% and adds 2 stacks of bleeds for 2 turns. Wait a minute, though. If he's adding an additional stack of bleed in the front row, when someone adds bleeds, does this apply to him as well? Meaning that when he adds these 2 stack of bleeds, it's going to be 3 instead of 2. What's up, MD? How's it going? And then on his basic, he's also going to add 1 bleed for 2 turns. So does that mean he's adding 2 bleeds now? I need to watch out for that, because if that's the case, he is amazing in that sense. If the evil side is shown, he attacks an enemy row twice, and this is on his ultimate attack, with each hit dealing physical damage equal to 80% of attack, adding 1 stack of bleed for 2 turns. So he's going to add bleed for 2 turns on his ultimate attack, and if you get up to level 3, it's going to be 2 stacks. So the passive, if he's in the front, adds bleeds in one way, and then if he's in the back, adds it on the ultimate. I like. Next is the best bleeds character, at least for from epics in the game, and that is Ocean Master. And this counterattack is insane. I love every bit of it. But the way you're gonna get bleeds is from his ultimate, which has kind of a funky qualifier to it. For every stack of weaken on the enemy, for every stack of weaken an enemy has, add 1 stack of bleed for 2 turns. Add 1 stack of weaken for 2 turns to each enemy with no stacks of weaken. So for every stack of weaken, if I can get weaken out there, which guess what, I'm going to, because when an ally blocks an attack, Ocean Master will launch 1 counter at the damage dealer. That counter is going to be on his basic attack, which lays down weaken for 3 turns. So his kit works really well within itself. It's awesome. And he can lay down a lot of bleeds on his ultimate so long as we get a few weakens out there. And I think that's also part of what makes him run well with Bizarro. And then lastly is an elite who will not be in the video because I need to put her in level link. She does apply a bleed on her basic. The reason why she's going to make this list a little bit is because she does apply bleeds, but then she also manipulates the action bar in the beginning. So that makes her a pretty decent elite to use and to invest in. All right, so let's do this real quick. All right, so now that we have that understanding of it, I'm tempted to try again. And actually, let's go into Elite Arena. Or should I go? Let's do regular arena. Because I at least have those crystals. All right, those crystal keys. We will punch down a little bit because this team is not going to be as strong because they're not the top of my roster. We have 623K. I am going to try to put Two-Face in the front with a character that will apply bleeds. I guess that is Ocean Master. I'm putting Ocean Master up there because he is one of the strongest. And then next would have to be Damien in the back. And what's going to be weird is putting Penguin in the back. Hold up. This umbrella thing where he reduces damage, granting 30% damage reduction to the back row, would apply to him if he's in the back. Okay. That's weird. And then Poison Ivy as well. So we're going to try to put out these poisons. We're going to try to put out these bleeds. Unfortunately, there's no one over there who has a shield, so we can see how the bleeds work with the poisons. And now is where we get to the team synergies, which during battle increases bleed damage taken by enemies by 12%. I'm leaning towards that. We're not going to do Damien's because it just increases the damage for 3 turns. And then for Poison Ivy, during battle increases poison damage taken by 18%. Now, mind you that the damage itself, the 18%, that is based on the fact that I have her ranked 7 right now, and Two-Face I have ranked 6. So that's where the differences come in. Wait a second. Okay, cool. All right, so now we will. I want. I do not want Ocean Master to go first because I want his ultimate to have weaken already out there so he can go ahead and do damage with the bleeds that he lays down from his ultimate. Two-Face laying out bleed. Wait, hold on his. Told you guys it's R&D. Where are you at, Two-Face? On his ultimate, it is team synergy ultimate. If he's in the front row, he's gonna lay down 2 bleeds. I also want to check for those additional bleeds that happen on his basic because he says if you lay down a bleed and he's in the front row, he's gonna make you lay down extra. We are punching up here, so we could get worked. No promises on victory. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Can you watch my team on the guild and make an opinion? Yeah, let me after this video. All right, so right now a few bleeds out there. I'm slowing it down just so I can pay extra attention. Sorry, I know like slow is like really slow in this game. Every game, honestly, 1x is always so slow. All right, so he just did his ultimate. We have a stun out there from Poison Ivy. And a silence, a stun from the Batmobile, none that we received. A couple of blocks went out, but Ocean Master didn't react. I would have liked to have seen him react there. Okay, so that's 2 bleeds off of his basic, right? That Two-Face just laid down. Now there's some weaken, not a lot. So we're going to add bleeds based on the weakens that are out there. And if they didn't have weaken, we put them out there for them. Part of me feels like for this team, maybe Ocean Master's ultimate should go first. Not because it's going to do great in the beginning, but because it's going to run more often. We're going to speed this up. Okay. And there goes Two-Face. Now we did extra damage there because of the poisons that were laid out already from Poison Ivy. Scarecrow is not on this squad, and it makes me wonder if I wish I could restart and do this again because I want to kind of replace Penguin with Scarecrow to see if it would be a better result. But it needs to be like against the same team just so we can see. Damien did work, got rid of Constantine. There are poisons out there on Batman. We have some poison damage come off. Of course, Red Hood revives. Of course, Penguin gets taken out by the Bat. And there goes Damien. Okay. It was a little bit of a punch up, but I would like for that team to have performed better. Let's try to run this one more time, but we'll change it up slightly. So this is the 649. It'll be a slight punch up. I kind of want to run Scarecrow instead of Penguin, which seems insane. Maybe I should run Scarecrow instead of Damien. I want to keep the front because of the bleeds. Damien does... Oof. Come on, Damien. Let's see. Am I taking you out for Penguin? Or not for Penguin, for Scarecrow. That's an indictment. That's what I was looking for. Increased damage dealt with more than 65% of health by 25% upon dealing damage as 1 stack of bleed for 2 turns. So he's okay. All right, let's see. We'll try it one more time. I think I'll put Scarecrow in for Penguin, which is gonna be. This is ridiculous that I'm doing this. By the way, this is absolutely insane. And then I'm gonna add the poison effect, team synergy from Poison Ivy. In this entire scenario, I don't even really need Scarecrow to take a turn. I don't think I'm gonna win this, but I want to see it work. So this is like one of those things of where it's going to be a work in progress. I'm going to go through the details of the bleeds and the poisons themselves right after this before I sign off. But this is one of the things where I don't know if it's the characters and we need more poison bleed characters and a little bit more like leaning into the mechanic, or if it's the way that I've built my team so far based on the roster that I have. I can see poisons and bleeds working. I'm not getting it to work though. And I think that's more a thing on me. We have a lot of poisons out there from Scarecrow. And so that means that if and when Poison Ivy does pop off, she should do some legit damage. That's not bad. That's not bad damage. Her damage is increased for every single poison that's out there. So that's not bad at all. And so that means running her with Scarecrow actually would be, kind of ridiculous, but better than running her with Penguin, because Scarecrow's going to put poisons out at the start of the first 3 turns. So she's going to hit harder off rip. So in terms of going over the buffs, which I should have done at the beginning of the video, I'm doing it now. But in terms of going over the debuffs real quick, for those of you who don't know, which they do, like I said before, they do a great job of like putting this out front for you to see every single time. With poisons, where are you? There we go. After the end of the turn, and this is the one thing that I don't know if I like or hate about the game. They do the bleeds at the end, they do the poisons at the end. And most games, they do it at the beginning of that character's turn. So they'll fall before they get a chance to do anything. Takes superpower damage equal to 20% of attack, and decreases healing received by 10% for each. By 10%. Max 10. And this is actually kind of big. It's actually kind of big because, as I understand it, and maybe decreased healing is different than decreases heals. Like the action of decreases heals is different than decreased healing, which is a debuff that's given out by the Bat Cycle, for example. Decreased healing from the Bat Cycle, that also reduces the ability to take shields. Decreased healing here, I'm thinking about all those Kid Flash nodes where Kid Flash is just healing the hell out of Flash. What's up, A? And it's the same thing with the Lex. Whenever you see Lex and Damien in System Recovery, you want to use bleeds to hit under the shields. With this, maybe Poison Ivy works best against Flash and Kid Flash when you're trying to get them not to heal so much. So then running her with Scarecrow for one of those nodes may be the best thing, since he's putting poison out there. He's reducing their heals already. Let's activate this, please. He's putting those heals out, the poisons out there already. That's decreasing their heal by 10%. Okay, so I'm going to go into System Recovery with that. Let me read into the bleeds real quick first. And then I'll go into System Recovery. And if I can find a team that'll let me attack them, I will. At the end of the turn, takes physical damage. Remember, physical damage on bleeds, superpower damage on poisons, and like, for example, Superman is weak to superpower damage and is stronger against physical damage. Equal to 20% of attack. Decreases shields received by 10%. So bleeds do decrease shield as well. If proportion of HP is lower than 33%, the damage is doubled. Bleeds ignores shields and deals the damage directly to the HP. So you can have Phantom Stranger put up that massive shield in front of whoever, himself included, and the bleeds are going to be like, yeah, that's cool, that's nice, but we're going to just keep hitting your HP. Appreciate it, though. That's cool. Those shields look so cool. I like that color blue. But so right now, I'm going to try to go into System Recovery, because that lower heal thing, I hope I have a Flash team ready, because I think I just beat one. There's Dr. Fate. There is Wonder Woman. I don't think. Oh, hey, where are you going? I don't think I have a Flash ready. I think I just beat them. Ooh, I think this was it. It was either Lex or Flash, one or the other. Yeah, Flash. I just beat him like yesterday. What are we doing? And then I think if I go down lower, 23 is where I was at. Dr. Fate, and I already did the other one, was Wonder Woman. Ooh, I don't think I'm going to have a chance to do it. So I'm going to call it a video here, but as soon as I get to anything where I can, Superman. Ugh. When I get through it, this is to be continued. There's going to be a part 2. I don't know when, but when I get to a situation or scenario when I can actually like show poisons versus heals and bleeds versus shields, I will do that because that seems like an awesome mechanic to work with, and I want to get that to work because Lex and Damien drive me crazy in system recovery, and Flash and Kid Flash drive me crazy in system recovery. So, thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and hit dislike. I'm okay with that as well. I'll see you guys next time. That's what is up. Okay. And it looked like the stream kept going like without any problem. Can you watch my team on the guild and make an opinion about it? What do you mean? You want to show us your roster? Is that what you mean? Now let's see. Daily, yay. Let's go ahead and get this out too. That's what's up. Okay. I really need to pull Superman DCU so I can either prove or disprove that I was right about him being bad. Thing is, I don't even want to pull for him. Well, I get lucky whenever I pull on stream, so didn't get lucky that time. Bane? Nah, not gonna happen. Clayface? Sure, why not? Why not? We're good with disappointment, right? I would love for Bane to show up. If Bane doesn't show up, then I'm gonna have to go ahead and put these resources into Jessica Cruz. Ugh, these uncommon. How are you uncommon? You look so common. Ugh. Vomit. All right, here we go. So now, and I think that was, I got poisons, I got bleeds. That was 1 to 1, let's say 43. So that's that. Poison. All right. So we got bleeds, we got poison. There was something else I wanted to do today before I shut down the stream. Something else I wanted to go over. Now I can't remember. Oh, Elite Arena. That was it. All right, that was it. So we'll do Elite Arena, and then we will call it a video because I got to go be an adult for the next 8 hours. All right. So let's go. Yeah, I know I failed. You ain't got to rub it in. I was being too cute, obviously. And I wanted Deathstroke to be in here somewhere so I could use him. You know what? We'll do this in 5 minutes real quick. I'm going to see if I can get a Deathstroke. Nope. We'll speed run this thing. Bang. Bang, mother. Bang. All right. Nope, we do not want that to be the case. Okay. Good morning, Nadian. When do gold drop purple gear? Oh, when do you get the epic gear? Because all you have right now is purple. I would love to tell you that I remember when that happens. I genuinely have no idea. 1 sec. 1 second. Hey, just do stuff. 1 second. I really can't wait till I get my new apartment and I can set this up properly. So I have everything where it needs to be. Nope, I can't do it. All right, so does anybody have a heads up on when that drops? Because I genuinely don't have any clue. And this thing is not going to work for me. Okay. Burn, I like that. None of this matters. We'll do that one. Okay, keep going. I don't even know what characters I have, so it doesn't matter at the moment. Okay. Whatever. I probably should have taken the attack. That's fine. All right. Did we get a Deathstroke in here? Unleashes a magical attack. Call assist. Whatever. Okay. No, we do not. So of these, I'm gonna take Nightwing because, of course, Nightwing. Um. So I'm trying to read it right now. Yeah, I understand the whole racing resources thing. And the second I knew that there was epic gear, I slow played the hell out of all the elite gear. The second I figured that out, which was like day two, it wasn't like it didn't take long. I was like, wait, there's epic gear out here. Let me not mess with this elite stuff too much. Um, and it was relatively soon. I just don't know when. Um, yeah, I can't find anything that says like the actual node. Okay, let me. Wow, I really need to change this setup. This is all on me. This is all on me. I need to change this setup for real, for real. What's up here? That one? Sure. Nope. That one. All right. And no Deathstroke, but we will take. No, we won't because we already have you. All right, so we'll do that. Okay, so we already have Pandora, right? Because I remember debating between her and Damien. Um, okay, we do you real quick, and let's see if we can get an answer to this question. Okay. Yeah, I'm not getting any definitive answer, which just speaks to somebody not knowing, honestly. People not keeping up with it. Whatever, dog. Chop, chop. Yeah, I can't find anything that says anything about it. I should probably research it later. I wish they would give you like the little milestones so they could just say, they would tell you when this kind of stuff would unlock. So you have something to look forward to, you can plan it. But then again, for these resource management games, the less you plan and the more you burn your resources, I guess they think the more likely it is you're going to spend your money on something, which I guess, but I'm not. That doesn't make me spend money. I'm not saying I'm not spending money, but that's not the reason. Um, 6 energy at the start. What happened to the one where they're stunned for the first 2 turns? I like that one the most. That's the one that's awesome. All right. Mm. Go away. Yeah, I was hoping to get Deathstroke in this at some point because I really want to try him out because I really want to do get him from that pack, which not gonna do, not gonna do. I am already tapped into my gaming budget for the month. I have to wait till payday. But when payday hits, though, let's take you, put you, move you. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Chop, GD, chop, chop, chop. Almost done. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Okay. No Deathstroke. Lame. Although someone told me Blue Beetle is okay. Now here's the thing. As I'm doing this, Elseworld is not the place to figure this out because like with Soup's DCU, if I'm gonna what do you do? You annoy the hell out of me. That's what you do. Like with Soup's DCU, um, someone was saying that the problem that I was running into was the fact that he was not on a burn team. I can't build a burn team here because I have no idea what characters I'm going to get. So it's kind of like, okay, yeah, sure. But now in Elseworld, and that's part of the problem with Elseworld, is that I can't build it fully to the potential of what that character might bring. So that does create a problem, an annoyance for me. Yeah, oh, whatever. That little piece of nothing. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to try to do arena real quick. Collect. Sub. Okay. All right. I think that's got it before I start arena. Elite arena. Okay. And then after this, I am going to have to go to work. Oh, dadgummit. We don't want to go to work. Not like I don't even like my job. I'm just having fun playing. All right, so here we go. We're gonna hit record and we're gonna try to do this again. And again, like I said, guys, before, you guys didn't mention it. If the stream does change, like this will be my third video that I'm recording. If the stream does change, if it gets choppy or whatever, please let me know, because I'm trying to evaluate my equipment here. I'm trying to evaluate the setup. So starting in 3, 2. So a new season of Elite Arena has finally started. So I'm going to go over the rules and then build my teams accordingly. Let's just hop into the video. Okay, so. And 3, 2. Hi guys, I'm Greg here, and this is a DC World Collab video. In this video, I'm going to be building my arena teams, my Elite Arena teams, based off of this season's rules. I've done a couple of battles, I think, already, but I have not changed up my defense / the teams I'm going to use. So right now, I'm going to go through piece by piece and try to build the teams. The rules are, if all 3 traits, Mighty, Agile, and Tactical, are represented on your team, the entire team gains 20% damage amplification and 20% damage reduction, which seems pretty, I won't say easy, but like it seems obtainable. However, team adjustments. Okay. However, I did want to build like my Fire and Ice team, for example. My Fire and Ice team consists of 4 Mighty and 1 Agile. So what I will do here is I'm going to leave this as it is. Superboy, Starfire, and Superman. We're going to remove these 2, albeit I don't know why I just did that. They might have worked together, but we're going to come back to that later. This is going to be my burn. I was going to say burn unit, but that just feels inappropriate. Next, we're going to have Ocean Master, Two-Face, and Nightwing, because this is going to comprise the bleed / weaken component of this team. Bleed's coming out from Two-Face. I would put him in the front row next to Nightwing. However, he's still only ranked 6. He may not even make the final cut of this team. As a matter of fact, I'm going to remove him. This is just going to be the Nightwing Ocean Master show for right now. Nightwing, he's going to block a lot. Ocean Master is going to counter because of it. Next up, am I taking anything from here? Well, Lex ain't going. So we're just going to remove this, and this is going to be a start over. Now, I'm tempted to do poisons with Poison Ivy and Scarecrow, which means I would have to leave Scarecrow and level link. However, the damage that Poison Ivy can generate based on poisons being on the enemy team and the amount of poisons that Scarecrow puts out passively are massive. So I'm tempted to leave this like that for now. So now that I've done that, let's go back to the first team and see how I can add a tactical and an agile that might be beneficial to them. Now, the first thought I had is that Green Arrow, because he puts Frostbite out on his advanced attack, is going to work well with Superman when Superman puts out Frostbite. As a matter of fact, let's go to tactical real quick. And it might be that I don't have anything in terms of sustain. I don't have anything that's going to heal us or shield us, which makes me want to put Lex in. We get shields out. He calls assist, hopefully from Starfire a lot. And we do additional burn. We lay down additional burns. I think Lex is going to be the way I go for this one. The biggest problem I have with Lex right now is that I don't know that I want him to go in the front row because as a tank, he has fallen off a bit. The other question is, should Green Arrow go before or after the Superboy Superman duo? I try to run their ultimates like back to back or like close together because Superboy lays down his burns on his ultimate, and so does Superman. They don't necessarily do them on their. They don't do them on their other attacks. Starfire does it on every attack. That's why Starfire can be in the back because we are relying on her burns. Her ultimate, though okay, is not great. Far from it. It just attacks the front row. Both Superman and Superboy. Well, Superman just attacks everybody, and Superboy can attack 6 times randomly. Lex is in the front to provide the shields off rip. And now should I put the awesome damage dealer in the front? As I say that, it feels like the best idea. With the burn trio backing him up. I think that's the route I want to go. In terms of the reinforcement, we're going to go with heal because we don't have a lot of heals. We have Lex who's trying to provide shield as kind of a pseudo heal kind of thing, just to help with sustainability. Now, next we have Nightwing and we have Ocean Master. Ocean Master and Nightwing want weaken. Well, Nightwing wants to be hit so he can block and lay down that electric damage. Ocean Master wants characters on his team that block. Now, I do have my Bane in a block set. I do have my Grodd in a block set. And Grodd does lay down debuffs as well. Does he lay down weaken? He lays down armor break, which is not bad on his basic attack. His passive at the start of battle, 40% damage reduction. When taking damage from damage dealers with debuffs, each type of debuff grants himself 5%. That's actually pretty damn good to run with Ocean Master, who's going to put out all those weaknesses on the counterattacks. When attacked, he has a 30% chance of increasing one random. Yeah, okay. Grodd runs it. And then also, so Grodd runs this. Grodd is going up there immediately next to Nightwing. All right, so now we have that. Do we have anything that sustains? Not really. Let's go to the Mighty tag real quick, which won't have anything that sustains, if we're being real about it. We have a lot of debuffs running around, which makes me feel as though I should probably put Sinestro in here running in the back. Because Sinestro does like debuffs. During battle, each type of debuff will increase the damage received by the enemy by 3%. And then Ocean Masters is really, he increases the attack of everyone up to 30% for every time he blocks or something like that. Now we need a Mighty to go in here. Let's see. We lay down bleeds with Two-Face. We lay down bleeds with Two-Face. I'm tempted to put Two-Face in here because he also gives damage amplification on the back row. And if we have a Sinestro already, he also grants lifesteal for the back row. I think that increased damage or that damage amplification on Two-Face will also help with the, I'm pretty sure it does also count towards the counters, that the counters are going to be increased attack too. So this is the squad I'm going to run with. A lot of debuffs. He's going to benefit tremendously off of debuffs. Ocean Master is going to lay them out with his counter, his out of turn attacks. Okay, I like this team. I like this team. As far as damage go, or as far as the reinforcement goes, we already have the heals on team 1. Let's go ahead and lean into the bleeds a little bit harder and put TT out there with them. All right, so now final team. Okay, so the A does have a question, and I guess it's valid for this right now. Why Grodd? Unless you plan on using his ultimate, won't do too much. Wouldn't Bizarro, if if you have him, be a better fit for the weakened stacks from his advanced attack. That would be very, very good. And Ocean Master does have that thing of where he applies bleeds for every stack of weaken that goes out there. However, the problem I have with Bizarro right now is that he's rank 5. He's not going to survive very long in an arena setting. My Grodd is rank 7, so he's just thicker and stronger. And Grodd does lay down armor break, I think, on his... I just read his kit. That shows how great my memory is. But he does lay down debuffs on his ultimate attack and on... Oh, by the way, while I'm doing that, I would like for the bleeds to go out first. Because as I said before, I would like the weekend to go out first. And this is to your point, about where Bizarro would come in. And truth be told, if I had Bizarro, I might put Bizarro in over Two-Face, move Bizarro to the back, actually. The more I talk about it, the more I'm tempted to try that anyway. Put Bizarro in the back and use him as a support as opposed to putting Bizarro in the front and letting him be a tank. He's going to put a flower on Nightwing, which means that he's going to get more damage. If you put it on Sinestro, that would be better. He's going to probably put on Nightwing, which means he gets more damage, even though he's in the back row. However, he will put out Weaken at the start. You may have me convinced. But instead of Grodd, I would replace Two-Face. Let me marinate on that. That's a good point. But I was only focused. It's like Lex. I was only focusing on putting Lex in the front. The second I put Lex in the back row and not let him get any more damage, I'm not saying he was great, but it improved things greatly. All right, so, well, no, because Bizarro's mighty. If I remove Two-Face and put Bizarro in, then he's a mighty character, so he should be fine. In terms of like having all 3 traits represented. Okay, so I put this out here, and it's because I did just run a video on poisons, and so I'm a little bit biased in trying to make this work. So we have the Mighty tag. I have not even put Wonder Woman out there yet. So I should probably do that, right? It's probably a good idea to put Wonder Woman out there on somebody's team, anybody's team. Let's see. I'm tempted to put Bizarro out there. And the thing is that the reason why I would think about Bizarro here is because he does put out Weaken on his first attack, an AoE Weaken, which would help with survivability for Scarecrow. He's going to take less damage. That is a plus. Let's go to Agile real quick because I'm kind of getting like tunnel vision right now. Agile. Ooh, Bayao Bane. This team is going to be weak though. And I'm also tempted to put out Starfire just to infuriate whoever's watching. Because Starfire's going to run out, put out the stun, and then one character's just going to not do stuff. And I think I have to put Kid Flash in for the sustain. So Wonder Woman's going to come up front. Ooh, this is a very haphazard team. Very haphazard. So we're going to have a poison mechanic thing going on here in the back. Wonder Woman's just doing damage. We're hoping for stuns out of Bane. And then Kid Flash is there for the heals. That's a very, very, like, random team. Scarecrow, we don't even need him to take a turn. We'll put him in the back. Kid Flash should probably be second in this. Wonder Woman should be first. Poison, we'll put Bane in front of Poison Ivy. So the Poison unit actually goes at the back end, very similar to the Burn Squad. So I believe this is okay for me for the moment. So let's go ahead and confirm this. I'm sure this will fail, but that's okay. We're here for the funs. We're here for the S's and the giggles. I think we're good. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and try to run a challenge real quick. No. Go back. Let's try to run a challenge real quick. See a couple of them. See how they perform, and then we'll call it a video. Hey, man, Caden, I appreciate it. Or Caden. Caden. My son's name is Caden, so that's why I went ahead and like said Caden like that. But it might be Caden. So forgive me if I mispronounce your name. Thanks. I'm glad you appreciate it. I'm glad you find it informative. I'm glad you do. Because I was like, man, am I just up here yapping? All right. This squad was a bit too easy. This is not indicative of how well these teams are going to do. So let's just go ahead and go through it and see if we can find something more difficult, more challenging. Yeah, he had 120, 120, 120, and I have 180 across the boards at minimum. So that's just not okay. All right, now, Mystery E, you have a good night. Take care. I mean, it's morning for me, but I know it's like nighttime for a lot of you guys. Morning for me, as in, like, I need to go to work in 8 minutes. All right, so this is not going to be a team that's representative. I think I keep running into. They do this sometimes where you keep running into the same team over and over at the beginning of like arenas and stuff, and it's that the team is just not going to be like this isn't fair to that person. We need teams that are going to be like right in line, and I think it's because I'm at this level right now. So it might be that I run this now. If I can get up to like platinum 2. See, I keep running into same Black Canary 870. Whoever that is, I'm sorry. This isn't my intention. They have not divided us up well enough. But this is not giving me any indication of whether these teams are going to work or not at all. And I'm going to run out of turns soon enough. Can we get up to anybody? Is it just me and this guy in this group? No. Okay, this is representative. This guy's probably going to win. Let's see what happens. Okay. So this is supposed to be the burn team, and then you have I haven't unlocked that yet. I was trying to unlock it yesterday. He has a burn side too, and then also he's running Superman DCU. So after all that trash talk I made about Superman DCU, let's see if he owns me in this video. All right, so then shields are up. They don't have shield. They do have Kid Flash for their sustain. They have the burn side, like I said before, where they have Starfire, Superman, Superboy. Kid Flash is going to do the heals. And then those burns actually coming from DCU Superman as well. So let's see if we can whittle our way through. Oh, Superman. Okay, so he did a bunch of damage to Lex, Superman DCU. I think we're going to do a bunch of damage to them, though. Superman DCU looks like he's close to falling. Ooh, we didn't like that one as much. Ooh, we don't like that one as much either. There's the invulnerable. If we can get another AoE off, then this is good for us. We got our shields back up. Helps with sustain. Oh yeah, that's right, because Superman DCU also gets that invulnerable thing at the end. He does. Gives Kid Flash a chance to heal him up and keep going. There goes Lex. So there goes our bit of sustain. We're popping off burns. That took out a lot of folk. Don't know if we're going to make it just yet. Oh, with the burns from Starfire. The next hit coming through. Got him. But I will say this, that is not indicative of how good Superman DCU is. Also because that opposing team did not have the proper mix of each trait. So we did have a damage reduction and damage benefit. I feel as though it's entirely possible to say if they had built that team to follow the rules of the season, they might have won that match. Because I barely won with that advantage. All right, so we got Fear stacked up over here. We have Ocean Master laying out the weekend. We love to see it. The biggest issue I have with this team right now is that there is no way to heal. Like the front row tanks are just on their own doing it. There's no shield. There's no nothing. Now here's the negative for old buddy who had Lex. I just so happen to have a team that's putting 15 bleeds down on people. So your shields are great. I'm coming for that HP though. And one of the things that does make this team like lethal, if I could get it to work or to make it work or do it, is to have a healer over here taking care of Nightwing. Because then Ocean Master can go nuts. Nightwing will take his damage. I'm referring to Kid Flash. Nightwing will take his damage. and then get healed by Kid Flash and keep it pushing. All those debuffs, I thought that would be enough damage to take. Okay, well, the Bride's gone now. I thought that was going to be enough damage to take out Bride off Rip, the ultimate. Should have been, with all the debuffs that are out there. So all these weekends are working for us. We're not going to win, but I like what I see from this team. I feel like I need to replace Two-Face with a healer. Review which team? You said this guild team. I don't know what the guild team is. Hold on. So that we fell there. Sinestro's awesome, huh? Boo. All right, so poisons went out there. So this is going to mean that Poison Ivy is going to do additional damage. Whenever she does get her turn, she likes to attack the back row, apparently. We have a lot of debuffs on Bane right now. A lot of them. All right, so Wonder Woman goes. Wonder Woman is a cheat code in this game. We got 2 stuns from the Batmobile. That's nice. We don't expect any from that thing. We got a lot of debuffs running on us right now, and they do have Sinestro out there. We're not going to make it past this battle. I think I want to remove Kid Flash from this team and put him on team 2, and then maybe rethink the concept of this team altogether. I really want to use the poisons, I really do, and I don't know if I don't think that Scarecrow is actually the issue here. Hold on. That hurt. That hurt. I did ask for a challenge though, right? All right, so we're gonna rebuild this team, and then MD, I'll get to you in a second. I'll finish this video, and then I'll hit you up. So no. Can I not cancel? Can I not cancel? No, I don't want to cancel. I want to cancel. I want to cancel. I can't cancel. Well, we'll see me fail again. Let's see how this goes. As a matter of fact, we can do this. We lose. We can do this. We win. We didn't lose anybody. And then we can do this and we lose. Now I could check for the stat side. I'll see I can do the stats still here. For match 1, we had Superman do a good bit of damage. Lex got the shields up, got a good bit of heal. Where is he getting the heal from? Is he getting the heal from the mirror? Or no, that's the heals that he's providing. And then we have Superboy, Starfire. We did lose that match. Who are we facing? I feel like there was a Bane, and an Ocean Master. So an Ocean Master didn't do that much work. It was Green Arrow and it was Constantine. Constantine was the flaw here. And I was wondering, like, if we had that much agile, the Mighty should have done it. But because of Constantine, I'm assuming Constantine did a big old wave of stuff and knocked us out. Ocean Master put in work, my friends. He put in work, almost 1 million damage. This had to all have come from counters. That is awesome. Love to see that. And this did nothing at all. Wonder Woman worked us. Okay. All right. Let's go back. We'll try to actually change it, not challenge it on Greifer. There we go. Team adjustment. I still want to put Kid Flash over here in the place of Two-Face on this squad. Let's go. Increase those heals. That's fine. We're still going to use the debuff for fear. We're going to move Kid Flash up here a little bit so that he heals more often. Ocean Master puts out the debuffs. I think we're good to go. I'm tempted to put, my thought was, I was tempted to put Grodd up there first, so he reduces the turn meter of the enemies in the back row first. Well, let's go ahead and just weaken them and put bleeds out. All right, fine. Now on this team, the weak links appear to be, I mean, you could say Poison Ivy and Scarecrow. You could say that. And if I run Red Hood, who also gives the crit damage in the beginning, with Wonder Woman, with a Zatanna, who's going to put out Frantic in the very beginning. I feel like this trio, this crit damage trio, is going to be a better solution than Poison. I wanted to use Poison, I really did, but it's just not. It's not going to work. I either don't have the characters built up well enough, or something like this. It might be me. It might genuinely be me. And then if we're doing crit damage, doesn't hurt to have Batman there as the single target burst damage dealer. And someone did mention the Bizarro thing from before, getting the Weekend out there and putting Bizarro in the back row. And then I just changed it up and decided to do it with Kid Flash for the sustain. That's why. Sorry. I had to talk myself through why I didn't do that now. Because I agree with that person in the moment. Let's do that. I do like the AoE stuns. All right, so we're going to do this. And then we're going to call it a video. We're going to run this real quick. Okay. Oh, we're level 6. Not for long. Probably going to get knocked down to 40 real fast and in a hurry. Okay. So let's see. Let's hope it's a good team. Okay, this is a bit of a punch down. I might do one more fight after this. Little bit of a punch down. Bit of a punch down. Okay. So that's done. Next. So let's see if we can get like a team that, like before, like I had to worry. That's what we're looking for. Okay. I didn't mean worry that much. I don't want to worry like that. That's 2 months behind on rent, and your employer just said they're not going to be able to pay you till next week. That's that kind of worry. I'm not trying to worry like that. I'm trying to worry like, did my salary hit my card yet before I pay for this? That kind of worry. Like, I got the money. It's just I'm impatient. I can't wait the 2 hours till it clears the bank. You know what I'm saying? Like, are we gonna be okay? I mean, we're holding our own here, and I don't know what that means. Superman stunned, of course he is. There's Superman DCU. I guess I'm just an OG fan. I feel like this matchup is kind of even. I say that right before getting demolished, probably. Because we're not able to heal back up. We're just using Lex's shields. They have Kid Flash. And I would love for Kid Flash to get like hard targeted right now, but it's not going to happen. And I don't know that we would have enough of the damage to be able to take out characters fast enough to combat the amount of time that Kid Flash is going to heal. Superman is already low, so he's going to hit invulnerable pretty soon. Oh, there goes Green Arrow popping off. Come on, these burns need to get somebody out the paint. Nope. Got him close, though. Somebody just hit invulnerable. Get him. Okay, this feels close. Oh, I don't want to say it. I feel like I'm going to jinx it. Yeah, see, I said too much of it. I tried to stop myself. I didn't stop myself in time. Can we get some? Oh, don't. As long as Green Arrow doesn't do an ult. Wow. Won that one. That's a genuine surprise. All right, so let's see how this team performs now. So you saw Grodd in that block set. How many times he blocked? Ocean Master goes. There's silence on the team. Forgot about Black Canary. I could have run Black Canary up in here. I could have run Black Canary in the squad, or some other squad that needs heals. Because Black Canary is decent enough to run in Elite Arena. She's good. She is good. But Ocean Master doing his job right now. Grodd and Nightwing, like, both of them are 2 sets of block. And you just see Ocean Master retaliating. This part is the fun part. This part is the fun part. Um, Decrease heal. That's fine. That's fine. You can take these weekends though. You can take these weekends though. I don't. Ooh, come on now. And I think Kid Flash is about to get off this silence real quick, and then if an ultimate pops off, he's gonna heal somebody. And I'd say this: neither one of our tanks is like in a tremendous amount of danger. Grodd needs a heal. That's fine, but like this is going. This is working. Damn you, Black Canary. What actually might end up happening is this might actually end up being a stalemate. We're 4 turns in and nobody's fallen. If we can get like Black Canary, ooh, we need to get Raven to fall. But if we can get somebody to fall, but we know, I think the Bride has a revive on her. And then, yeah, can we stun? Oh, we stun Superboy again. That's what's up. If we can get Raven to fall, but I think the Bride does revive as well. They have 2 revivers, and I do not know the Bride's kid. I need to read it. Yep, she's back. And she's back again. And Ocean Master's just gonna keep shooting. Every time you come walking back, I'm gonna shoot you in the face with this trident. I need to read her kit, but I don't have her. All right, so come on, green or yellow lantern, Sinestro. Okay, so the Bride is gone, and then Raven's gonna revive the Bride. I would prefer if Raven. Oh, are we? I'm not saying it yet. Don't want to jinx it. I'm not saying it yet. Don't you say it either. Oh, those bleeds took out Black Canary, and that's the one you chose to heal Raven. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. I think we're in a good way. We're running that turn meter, Grodd. That's what's up. I think we're in good shape. So this guy was 100K more powerful than me, or 1 million. Was it 1 million or one? No, I think it was 1 million. I need to look that up. I'll check the video. I'll go back and check the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, hit subscribe and hit dislike. I'm okay with that as well. Coming to the end of this video, and I'm very, very happy. Yo, that's what's up. So we beat dude. Oh, wow. That made me happy, yo. That made me happy. Okay. And then this one is just cake if we happen to beat them, but oh, yeah, Wonder Woman's on their side too. That's not okay. That is not okay. No means no. Stop it. What is we doing? All 3 of them are okay. Well, we're gonna go check the stats real quick. Damn, that did not stand a chance. Oh, we made it to 2 turns. Oh, we got it in 2 turns. Oh, you said 2 turns. Ooh, 2 turns. Oh, and I did not check the stats. Albeit we can say safely that Ocean Master owned them. So anyway, I got traumatized by the end of the last match, but we did well. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. All right, so we stopped the recording there. All right, cool. All right, MD, what were you talking about? Like when you go to the guild and tap on a player title so you can see their formation. Okay, so we'll go to League real quick. League info. Wait, what's this? Oh, that's admin, change leadership. What if I do that? Yeah, I've done that for myself. I haven't done that for others. And so what you're saying is, did you review my team on the? What is your name in the league again, real quick? Is it MD something? I do not know. Oh, there you are. Let me see. See, like, well, 1, Ocean Master is amazing. 2, Batman is amazing. Constantine can be good. He can be good. Not a fan of him personally. I'm not saying you shouldn't invest in him. Plenty of people like disagree with me. Plenty of people disagree with me and say that Constantine's really good. He did have a debuff before global release that made him worse, but he's still running around in arena. Bizarro, I like Bizarro a lot, and I wish I invested in him more, and I will as it goes by. I think he's a very, very good tank that does a lot of versatile things, so I do like him. I want Jessica Cruz to be good so bad. I really, really do. Oops, let's go back. Oh, you can even check out the gear of the person. Hmm. I don't know that I would have her in a block set. Um, I, in fact, are her shields dependent on its attack? I'm trying to see if I thought there was something to do with HP. Nope, the HP is for the lowest portion for the ally. Um, I don't know that I would have her in a block set. I think I would do attack and crit. What do I have? I need to check my own Jessica Cruz actually while I'm giving you this advice. Because of his blocking, I would put Ocean Master in a block set and attack set. Yeah, for that. Um, Bizarro, HP set attack is good. I am doing an experiment. I'm not saying it's for everybody, where I use block sets as a defensive set. So that's an experiment I'm doing, not necessarily recommended. Um, so yeah, but that's the thing though. That's the thing right now because I don't know MD if you're he or she. So apologies if I misrepresent you. But I believe that they're early in the game. They're only at 816, so they may not have run into any kind of a healer. But to your point, if you do have a Black Canary, that would be a good one to drop into your level link, rank up Black Canary. So like what I would do is I had like Black Canary and Cheetah, and while I was ranking up all the other epics, I knew that these two elites, I am not using their shards to rank up until I get them up to rank 8. And so I would pick like 2 or 3 of those that I was experimenting with, and that's how I ended up with like Scarecrow and Cheetah and whoever else. You don't need to know all of them at rank 8 because I was like, I know that they're good. So I'm just going to not use their elite shards to rank up epics for now, and then I'll rank it up later. So if you have a Black Canary, maybe slide those frags to the side and invest in Black Canary getting ranked up. Um, are you if you okay, and then this is a thing now. I would recommend I would be against you fusing Kid Flash. I had a whole thing about it yesterday, and I think you probably watched it. You probably watched the damn thing. I had a whole thing about it yesterday. I would, if you're waiting for Kid Flash, that's cool. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I would say, however, though, it does not hurt you to rank up Black Canary and put her into a level link. I'm not saying all elites. I'm saying so you have some heal because A does bring up a very valid point. Ocean Master might be better in attack HP since his block ability doesn't proc on himself. Does he not? I thought his block did proc him because I feel like I've seen him proc on his own block. That was not meant to rhyme in the way that it did. And then Batman's just a good choice. I see you just put whatever you could when you could, but when you get a chance, full attack for 2 attack sets and then 1 crit. I need to check where my Jessica Cruz is at. And if you're saying that I need to double check that Ocean Master block doesn't proc his own thing. I thought for sure I saw that because that was a question I had, and I was trying to keep an eye out for it. Yeah, but he's his own ally, right? I'm my biggest cheerleader, homie. That's why I have a YouTube channel. I'm my biggest ally. If I'm my biggest enemy, we need to go to therapy. I mean, we all need to go to therapy anyway, says the guy with a psychology degree. But like, if I'm my biggest enemy, that means you've met that person who's their own biggest enemy. You know what I'm talking about. We've been to college before, high school. Name the institution. We've all had a job at a fast food restaurant or something like that, an office, where it's like, you know what? That person is my enemy. You don't need an enemy. You hurt yourself. So that would be my evaluation of the roster. Could you make a guide on what gear you put on each character? On each character? Bro, that's a lot. I did do a gear set guide. Um, I did do a gear set guide. And I think it's called AoE versus single target. You'll see Batman and Green Arrow as the thumbnail. and I kind of misrepresented that one. Then maybe I should go back and change it. And I will do, like, I'm redoing the debuffs video, and I did 2 of them. And before I had like 1 full video doing all of it. I'm touching base on all that stuff again now because 1, that was all post global release, and 2, I have more experience now than when I made those videos, and I was still trying to make it work. And you see me now still trying to make it work. So don't necessarily have a problem with it. I might not do, because I'm doing the character guides. That's probably how I'll do it. I did the character guides as I got the characters, and now I'm trying to do the character guides based on the ones that are rank 8, and then I'll revisit them. And I have, what? I have 11 rank 8 characters now. So doing a guide on these rank 8s and then including their gear sets wouldn't be a bad idea. The issue that I have... Check out that gear sets video, and I'm going to try to find a way to do that, because the other issue I have is that these characters run different. Like, Batman is different at rank 8. You know what I mean? And I had him long enough to know what he was going up. However, Lex, I got to rank 8 relatively fast, so I don't really know him at rank 6. Let me marinate on that. I have to think on that one. I see what you're saying, Caden. For every character, that's going to be an eventual thing. That's not a quick enough thing. Put it this way, that's not something you should wait for me to do, because that's going to take so long. We don't have that many characters left, but it's still like 74. Anyway, I got to go to work, guys. I appreciate you guys sticking around with me. And actually, funny enough, like, me reviewing that for MD on their roster, it's giving me an idea at the back of my head of what I might do in the future with other folks' rosters. So in any case, thank you guys for watching. Hope you subscribed, and I'll see you guys next time.